paramount to human existence? Let's really think about that. I'm just deflecting from actually talking about what my needs are, which in turn will ensure that my needs are never met. It works against itself. Another one that I use is social media. Yeah? Even TikTok, by the way. A lot of times, because I'm always in these talks, that algorithm things really plays me. Every time I go on social media, it's mental health. And somehow they're talking about my personal problems. I'm like, flip. Till I go and type up there, jokes, humor, comics, right? But I use social media a lot as well. And let me just tell you that for all intents and purposes, I'm one of the most disciplined people you'll ever meet. But I struggle. I'm a very disciplined person. I work out at 5 a.m. every morning for the last maybe 15 years. No kidding. Thank you. I agree with that. No, really. I really do. I try and eat clean. I try and deal with my own demons so that I don't put them over to my kids. Yeah? So, think about, what are your avoidance strategies? I would like to hear from you guys. What are your avoidance strategies? TikTok. That's not avoidance. That one I recommend. Huh? Yes. There are people who hide behind the God, but it's a good thing. Pardon? Netflix, movies. Okay, yeah? Forcing vibes. How do you force vibes? Yes. That's a mindful person who has gone in. Yes? Okay. Yes. Watching movies. Okay. Yes. Unnecessary movement. Like you're like... Yes. Very good. Yes. Streaming. Or you do lives. Like to avoid something uncomfortable, you film yourself. You talk to random people. Do you have a topic or you just like sit there and then people talk to you? Oh, wow. That's incredible. Yes. Yeah. Can we have a microphone here? Guys, please, your attention. Yes. Both our microphones are off. Guys, please try and listen to her. Please try and listen to her.
I just want to understand. Because she said she's from a Christian setup.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
one way of Christians avoiding stress, right, is through going... How you can avoid stress. I think it's related to that.
Members, please, your attention. Yes?
You want to get rid of something, or maybe it is a text message. Yes,
Ma'am, we were talking about avoidance,
Yes.
how we avoid uncomfortable situations.
Exactly.
And she was saying that some Christians, I'm a born-again Christian, by the way, and she was talking about how Christians deflect. And what are you saying?
When she said some Christians go spiritual.
Yes.
The whole house was like, yay!
And
Meaning,
yes.
it is not okay to her. This is how I got
You
the
understood
idea.
it, yes.
Yes. Meaning, some hide behind the spiritual part.
Yes.
Because they want to avoid.
Yes.
Exactly. I wanted to deviate from her. I am telling you, one way of managing stress or avoiding it is through prayer.
I don't think she's saying that anything against prayer.
Or
Guys,
going
no. I highly recommend a breakaway session. Go on. Yes. Okay, members. Yes. Ladies, this is a really big topic, and I think that Christians ought to really explore it because it's a serious problem with us. It's a serious problem. We all have that one parent who, instead of dealing with the issues at home, katushavi. I'm not against prayer. I pray about everything. I prayed about speaking here today. I am full of gratitude. I'm God's child. I'm beloved. I speak in tongues. I have a serious relationship with God. But many Christians use it as a deflection, use it as a way to run about away from things that they need to be dealing with. Okay? When somebody asks me, what do you look for in a partner? I always tell them, ability to have difficult conversations. Yeah? So, if you can't have difficult conversations, you cannot go and have a conversation about your finances with me, with God. I am here. I'm available. What are you asking? Ask me. We need to have difficult conversations in our relationship as adults. Yeah? We need to talk about money. We need to talk about sex. We need to talk about relationships. We need to talk about family. If you can't have that, maybe you can ask God for the grace to be able to have the conversation with me, but the conversation shouldn't be avoided. All right? So guys, as I conclude, we have a few minutes to go, yeah? I want to make you realize something. How many of us here know what our needs actually are? You know yours? Tell me one. I know you're going to say money. Guys, listen to this. What are your personal needs? What are your social needs? What are your intellectual needs? What do you need to feel safe in the world as you, as a person? What value do you want to add? What makes you feel good that you do on a daily basis? What do you look for in a person? If you don't know what your needs are, how could you possibly have boundaries? If you don't know who you are. You see, in the African culture, we're not raised to have a sense of self. It has its advantages, but it has so many disadvantages. If you don't know yourself, it is impossible for you to set boundaries, even if you think you're doing it. You're just forcing life, and we can all tell. Yeah? If you don't know yourself, you have to know yourself in order for you to be able, for example, to forgive yourself. Most of us give ourselves so much shit for doing the smallest things. Yeah? If you cannot forgive yourself, you have not done the very difficult work of learning to forgive, and therefore you are not as forgiving as you may think you are. If you're not kind to yourself, believe me when I tell you, you don't know kindness. You're just people-pleasing and hoping for the best. And by the way, people-pleasing, a lot of girls think guys are controlling, but a lot of women are controlling as well, and we do it through people-pleasing. People-pleasing is a way to control another person's perception of you. You want them to think you're a good person. I like your watch. Take it. Huh? People-pleasing will only get you used, that's all. Because as human beings, we are mammals. We have strong survival instincts. If a lion is here hunting and it sees an athletic gazelle and a lame one, of course it's going to go for the lame one. It's easier kill, right? If I have two friends, Ronald and Rita, here, and I need 100K, Ronald is going to tell me, what do you want it for? When are you bringing it back? What? Rita is going to tell me, oh my God, I'm so sorry you don't have 100K. Hey, Banange, you don't need to explain. Who am I going to go to? Of course I'm going to go to the easier person to get the money from. Of course I'm going to do it over and over. Of course, over time, I'm going to become entitled to her belongings. Yeah? I'm entitled. There's no way I can be grateful for a thing that is just there every time. Now, should Ronald one day give me 20K? I am so grateful. Do you see the difference? And then the people pleaser is burning out. By the time you're reaching 30, you are just angry at the world because you're an empty cup. You have poured everything out. You're expecting to be given back, but nobody asked you. And now you're just sitting there like a dormant volcano. Eh? Guys, these things are serious. What mindfulness actually does, mindfulness is presence, presence within yourself. If I can stand here and overcome and maybe think, you know what, Leona, you're anxious right now. Why are you anxious? Maybe I've never spoken to a group of journalists. Maybe they won't understand what I'm saying. Maybe they'll be bored. You know, I'm thinking about that, right? If I can be present within myself, I can be able to be present. I can be able to hold space for you in whatever situation you're in. When I was much younger, I'd get very irritated and just, either like people on their phones or people are talking. I became like a professor, of which I used to teach at Makerere, and I was just a horror. Yeah? You wouldn't think it, but I was those people who is like, put all your phones in this basket. Do you see? That's because I was completely dysregulated myself. Yeah? I needed to use fear to get you to pay attention. But that doesn't work. Mindfulness, basically what it does is tells your nervous system that it's not a lion. It's just a deadline. That we are human. We are allowed to fail. Failure is a part of life. It happens to everyone. You can't get it every time. It's not possible. Stress, depression happens to everybody. Everybody. It does, right? the Miss Uganda of 2021, she died by suicide, right? And we don't say committed suicide in my profession because suicide is it's like stage 4 cancer of depression, okay? Now, why would somebody who has been voted the most stunning woman in the world, right? That's serious validation. And you know what it comes with? Millions of dollars of endorsement. So not only are you the most stunning woman in the world, but also now you're worth millions of dollars. Depression, anxiety, stress, we don't have much control of that. What we do have control over is ourselves. I would like for you today, wherever you go back home, I want you to go on Google and find out and say, how to discover my needs. Just something random like that, right? Ask yourself those questions. What do you actually look for? Do you find yourself with people who look good on paper but are terrible for you? Do you find yourself constantly dating emotionally unavailable people? The common denominator there is you. Why is it that that's happening? Can you ask yourself those questions with compassion? Can you do that? These are very difficult things, guys, but it is possible in this adulthood to actually feel joy, to actually stand and be together and grounded in the face of life as is. There is nobody whose life is perfect and is just happening as you want it. If I stand here and you look at me with my long braids, maybe I look like I have life figured out. I do, right? I don't have scratch figured out, right? I thought if I get a degree, I'll get all the validation in the world because my family is all about this whole intellectuality, strong women, what. I got the degree, didn't work. I need to get another degree because an undergrad, nobody respects an undergrad. Specialize. I went and did a master's in mental health, finished it. I felt the same way I feel right now in this moment, blank. Right? You know what? PhD. That's where the respect is, yeah? The most respectable guy. Yeah? If I rock up for a wedding with this guy, they will rate me. Yeah? If I just get that dress, if I just get rid of my makude, there is no end to it. I can hold space for myself and allow myself to feel vulnerable. The fastest way over it is through it. You cannot run away from the things of life. You can only prolong it. You can't run away from it. Yeah? So mindfulness, I want us to just take 5 minutes of your time. I'm going to ask you to do a very small exercise that is going to help you in those moments where you feel like you're losing your marbles. That happens to me sometimes a lot. And so I can do this exercise without, you wouldn't notice I'm doing it. I can be standing here and doing it and you wouldn't notice, but it's really useful for you. But I would need your attention. Guys there, can we all just first of all stand up? Thank you. Can we move our chairs we're going to sit back on them, but just move them to a different location, just maybe in front of you, maybe to the side, maybe just different from, thank you. The people in front, if you can move forward a little more so others have space, that would be good. Mindfulness is a very difficult thing to train, especially for us in this African setting, because we are constantly in survival, and we don't really think about ourselves. If anybody here, Noah, your attention, please. I'm going to ask you for the next 5 minutes to please not to get off your phone And to not try and have conversation with other people, because that will distract everyone next to you. Yeah? Let's just try it. Let's attempt a moment of presence. Yeah? Let's attempt these Bazungu things. Maybe they work. Maybe they help. Huh? All right, everybody put your arms as far up as possible. Both arms as far up as possible. If you have a condition, sorry. Okay, leave your shoulders there and just drop only the arms. And then drop your shoulders. Drop your tongue from your palate down. Drop your jaw. And now you can have a seat. And I'm going to ask you to just, when you sit, just close your eyes. I'm going to watch. Nobody's going to bomb you. Just please close your eyes. So when I say breathe in, you breathe in through your nose with your mouth closed. When I say breathe out, you breathe out through your mouth. So a long breath in. Open your eyes for 1 second. I want to show you something. A breath in is, I'm going to count 5. So you don't go like this. No, it's slow. You feel the air entering your lungs. Yeah? So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You stop breathing in at 5. You start breathing in when I start counting. And then after breathing in, you hold. Again, you hold it for 5. And then through your mouth, you breathe out. And it's not, no, it's, yeah? You slowly decompress. Now notice your own discomforts with this exercise, yeah? If you feel the need to crack a joke on the side, if you feel the need to giggle, if you feel the need to tell someone something sarcastic, you're just simply avoiding something that you're not accustomed to. Just notice that as well, all right? All right, eyes closed and silence. So now, in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your eyes closed. Only open your eyes when I ask you to open them. As you do this, try and just notice the sensation in your feet, in your legs, in your shoulders. Notice where your body is tense. We're going for the second breath. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your eyes closed until I ask you to open them. Continue to notice where you have all the tension in your body. It's okay if you're struggling to find that tension. It's okay if you still don't feel grounded. We're going for the third breath. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to sit as comfortably as you possibly can. And keep your eyes closed. Now we're going to go for our last breath. And even after it, keep your eyes closed until I ask you to open them. Make this one your best breath yet. When you breathe in, feel like your tummy is going to touch your back. When you breathe out, feel the oxygen fill up in your tummy. All right, let's go. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to just concentrate and put your entire attention onto your hearing. Please imagine 3 things that you can hear. I want you to tune your ears so that you can hear 3 things. I'll give you 1 minute to try and listen out. Keep trying, even though your brain is trying to take you away from it. Keep trying. Three things that you can hear. I want you to now switch your attention to your body and think about 3 things that you feel in your body right now. Do you feel hot? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel exhausted? Do you feel blank? The gentleman at the DJ booth, please stay quiet. Thank you. Now the final part is kind of the hardest. And I want